Welcome back to Market to Market. Black Friday sale events kick off the holiday shopping season in the United States. Trinidadians and Tobagonians have been able to participate in these sales without ever having to leave the comfort of their own homes, thanks to Skybox services. Market to Market caught up with Lincoln Maharaj, Managing Director of WebSource Limited, to talk about how Skyboxes are expanding the shopping horizons of local shoppers. What exactly is a Skybox?
A Skybox is a virtual address that we give to customers in Miami. So it's one physical address that we have in Miami, but it's divided to infinity amount of numbers when it comes to a customer. So it's one physical place, but we could, as I said, divide it into any number of customers that need to use the address. So you put the Skybox, it's like you live in the United States without physically leaving Trinidad. So it allows you to have a physical presence according to your supplier, because they think you live there, and they ship the items to you in Miami, and from there, of course, we bring it to Trinidad and what have you.
So what are the services offered by WebSource?
Well, WebSource, we just offer one service, which is a Skybox service, which allows citizens of Trinidad to buy online without having to jump on a plane, without having to get a visa, without having to rent a car when they reach to Miami or any part of the world for that matter, or, you know, it allows companies to get parts in a short space of time without using an expensive carrier. So it's a mixed bag, but, you know, funny enough, some people complain that local merchants have a problem with Skybox companies, and that is not true, because a lot of local stores use our product, our Skybox service, to replenish their stuff in a short space of time, as well as it keeps their inventory low, and it cuts down on their pilferage and their cash.
So the Skybox allows them to do a kind of just-in-time logistics kind
Correct.
of thing. Okay.
And you don't deplete your cash. You get to spend, and you get to see the trends. You can predict it, and you stock up for that particular trend, rather than have 20 styles in the store and only 3 sell. You know, so you now know, okay, good, buy more of this, less of that.
How long has WebSource been in existence?
Just about 3 years, 7 months, 8 months, thereabouts.
And in that time, have you noticed any particular trends about our local consumer market?
Yeah. Online shoppers now, they're not online shoppers of 18 years ago, because
It had online shopping 18 years ago.
Yes and no. What it had, you got magazines. Those magazines had something called a business reply card. You rip that card out and you circle the item that you wanted on the page that you saw it. So it said item number and the page number. You go to the post office and you buy a money order, you go to the bank and you get a bank draft. And if you were very fortunate, you had a credit card and you were brave enough, you pen that in there on that card. You then go to the post office and post that out. Or if somebody's going away, they take it out for you. And some companies used to offer a remail service. And then the card gets to the company 4, 5, 6 weeks later, then they ship it out. So yes, because I've been in the industry for just about 18 years. So yes, it has been happening for as long past that. But now the online shopper buys things at an instant. Credit cards were made readily available to, I mean, it's just like cell phones. There was a time when cell phones were prestigious, and now everybody has one. And now credit cards are more or less the same thing. It's everybody now has access to a credit card, and once you have a credit card, well, sky's the limit.
What would you say is WebSource's core competency as a business?
Our service. I can safely say we have brought new life to the industry when it comes to service. Being in the industry, I saw all the top names in the past. They became complacent. The customers wanted more and they didn't give more. WebSource was the first Skybox company to go mainstream and open on a Saturday, offering Saturday as a business day. Because if I buy something, I ship it online and I bring it into the warehouse on Friday night, why wait till Monday or Tuesday to get it? So we said, you know what, they shipped it, we flew it in, it's here, why keep it? So we open on Saturdays so they couldn't have access to it for the weekend, for whatever reason. As well as we started to deliver on Saturdays for no additional charge from February of this year. Again, raising the service level bar. No other skybox company has even come close to say, let's match that. So we're definitely, anything to do with service, we're one up ahead.
A number of skybox services have popped up over the years. Is there room for everybody in the market?
Yes. Everybody offers a different level of service, and a newcomer can't offer daily delivery to Guayagüari or Chaguaramas. We can. We're the only skybox company that has 19 vans, panel vans alone, not trucks, just doing raw deliveries. So we have 19 panel vans covering Trinidad end to end. There are companies that would not be able to do that, and their price points are going to be a lot less because they don't have that overhead. So a customer who can wait or has access to a car and doesn't really care if it comes in today for tomorrow, and they can wait if they fly once a week or twice a week, again, their price point might just be the selling point for that customer to say, I'll use this service instead. So yeah, there is definitely room enough for everybody.
Where would you say that you're positioned in the market?
Unfortunately, and I say it because we're number one, and the reason why I say unfortunately is that, you know, if you're number one, everybody's gunning for you. So yeah, but we have miles between us and the nearest competitor, so you know, it's okay if we're number one.
How has the consumer market changed with the advent of skyboxes?
I think now every household has a skybox, or at least 1 in 3. And that now puts the consumer at an advantage and a disadvantage. The advantage is that now they're saving money buying things online. No two ways about it. You're saving money. 2, you're getting a superior product. And 3, you're getting a product with proper back-end support on it. For instance, if you were to buy a cell phone, a digital camera, a DVD player online, you'd get to read the reviews of a customer just like yourself, some part of the world that bought that product and put it to the test. And they would find its failure points and they would write a review and say, it's an excellent DVD player, but it lacked this feature. Excellent cell phone, but it didn't have this. So before you make that mistake too, you'd actually get to know, well, you know what, this is not the model for me. Maybe I should check for the next model. So you have that as the pros. The cons, the consumer might get tunnel vision. Everything I want, I go online. And I lose touch with, you know, going to the store and a local bargain. And chances are there are local bargains that might surpass the online deal, as well as you get it instantly, as opposed you have to wait 2 days, 3 days, or what have you.
A lot of businessmen complain that the economy is somewhat stagnant right now. Has the economic slowdown affected business for you?
No. And I don't know that the economic market has changed that the businessmen complain about, and I don't mean that in an insulting way, because I have bills to pay just like every other businessman. However, I'll say this much to them. Every company, and even my business model as well, I have had to re-engineer my business model from time to time to make sure that I stay where I need to be. And that's the only difference I would say to a local seller, because all the big box names in the United States of America, when they realized online was challenging their businesses, they fought back by offering an online service as well. So you have big names like Home Depot, Macy's, Target, they all have an online presence. So when they realized the doors were being pushed against them, you know, it's either you join them or you fight them. They joined, and I mean, clearly it's a win-win. And I think if even Trinidad businesses offer that window that we're now being accustomed shopping online, I think they would also have an increase in sales as well.
So take us through the skybox process, or rather the online shopping process where you're utilizing the skybox.
Sure. If I'm home, I want to buy something online, before I do that I need to have an account. So I go onto my website, and I fill out a sign-up form. Our skybox service is free. So again, going back to service, it was something that we were the only people to offer, and now everybody now offers it free. You sign up, you have an account, you get the address within 2 minutes, right? Now with that address, you go onto any other website that you choose to buy from, and you go ahead and you add whatever you wanted to add to cart, you check out. In your checkout stage, you'll ask to fill in basic information, your billing address and your shipping address. Your billing address always remains where your credit card statement comes. Your shipping address, of course, would be the Miami virtual address that we gave to you. So you put your billing address, you put your shipping address. You choose the shipping speed from the supplier. If they have a shipping speed, some suppliers offer free shipping if you spend up to a certain amount. Regardless, whichever way you choose, you place your order now, and that's about it. It's done. After that, their courier company of choice would make their daily collections and put it through their system in about 2 to 3 days time, depending on where it's coming from or the shipping speed that was chosen. It reaches to Miami. All people sign for receiving it. We scan each piece into the warehouse, and we scan it all the way back out. And it's like it's really a song and a dance. It's well choreographed, I'll tell you that much. So it's received, it's inspected. We list the description for the United States Customs. We list the value for the customs. We list the shipper's name and the consignee, and creating our manifest. It's sent to Trinidad, and after that, it's pretty much cleared at the airport and brought to our warehouse and set up for our distribution, and out it goes the next day. We can't do it in 24 hours time. We can, but it's realistically 48 hours, 72 hours, sometimes even 96 hours. And the deciding factor is, for instance, I will have stuff that left Miami yesterday, tonight, this afternoon. I will have it here. And a customer from time to time would say, I need to get it urgently. And they come up and they pick it up because after hours, and they will collect it. We have no problem with that. Other than that, the very next day it will be scanned out for delivery, and the only thing that could hamper it would be the physical drawbacks of, let's say, the van is full to capacity. TVs, for some strange reason, is a big seller. Every Thanksgiving, everybody buys a TV, and they pick up the most space in our van. So, I mean, if you have 4 or 5 TVs, somebody's going to get a delay, either the TV customer or the smaller package customer.
The online shopping industry is actually growing. We have Trini Trolley, we have Webwall, TT popping up, all these little websites popping up. How do you think it will affect Skybox businesses? Again,
I don't think they're going to affect it. It's and if I may, it's almost like Chinese restaurants, because we're on every corner now, and clearly it seems that way because every day it's a new one being added to the list. But just like those restaurants have that special way they do something that just draws that customer back, it's the same with us. And just like all of the other competitors, they all have that special service. They have that special secret that they do that keeps their customers coming back, because yes, there are Trinidadians that are price conscious and they will go where there's a good price, but there are also Trinidadians that will tell you, no, I go where there's good service. So we try to cater for both. But at the end of the day, there's market for everybody.
How much cargo do you move a year, on average?
I'll need a calculator. It's a lot of zeros. Our average right now, it's just about 160,000, 170,000 pounds a month. Yeah. So that's a lot.
What are your expectations for this holiday season?
We've already gone through our peak, believe it or not, because our peak starts more like October, November. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of retailers use us. So they stocked during that period for Christmas. So what we're going to get now, which we're getting already, is more toys than anything else. There are no machine parts, there are no clothes, there are none of those things. Those things are already imported and in shelves waiting for consumers here. So as far as our peak or what the season is going to bring, I think we've already seen our figures and can safely say it's been a good year.
Where do Trinis shop online? Where do you get most of this stuff coming from?
Amazon. Everybody goes to Amazon. I think 99% of the world shops on Amazon. Even I do.
What are some challenges that you'll encounter?
I think, like most industries, as long as you have interaction I'll tell you, each department will have a different challenge. My drivers will tell you, traffic. We have 19 panel vans, we're also adding to that traffic. But the reason why we have so many, it's not because we have so much cargo. It's just that the drivers, what they could have done 2 and 3 years ago, they can't do it 2 and 3 years later. The traffic is just thick. That is a major problem. And there's nothing we could do. That's just something we have to work around. And how we do it? Unfortunately, we buy more vans because now we have to make the route even smaller and get them in earlier. And, you know, so it's that problem. A lot of other companies might jump and say customs and what have you, but that's not true. I've always said, you know, when people blame customs, I go, that's the lamest excuse. It's like almost, I'm going to take myself out and I'm going to blame the Trinidad and Tobago customs, but that is furthest from the truth. Trinidad and Tobago customs, I believe, have their own challenges, just as any other public sector. But as far as a company goes, yeah, other than traffic, I think, you know, that's really it that we face.
What is your relationship like with customs?
I would say just like any other company, meaning it's the same. It's the same rule across the board. We all have the same rules to play by, and that's the good part about it. As long as it is even playing field, I think we're all happy. But as far as a relationship with customs, it doesn't exist because the simple reason, there are rules to follow. And if you don't follow those rules, then you'll really be in a relationship with customs. So we try to not have a relationship, so to speak.
We need to get a lot more earth into public spaces in this country, a lot more. I mean, there's an overabundance of construction of government buildings that are going up, and there's very little going into it from the local artists.